All right, now listen, let's get into it. Last night, the NBA, talk about two games that looked like they were headed in a direction, and both games last night ended up going the other way. If you had turned on that Knicks-Celtics game midway through the third quarter, you were thinking, all right, this is a clear Celtics game one at-home victory. You know, Knicks coming off an emotional series where, you know, they went to game 7. And you're like, oh, no, not at all. Boston missed, I believe it was, Danny, check my number. Was it 287 three-pointers they missed?
Yes.
40-something, though, right?
But
Like
that's
NBA record.
Live by the sword, die by the sword sort of thing. They just threw up three-pointers and kept missing. That's really it. And
Yeah, they made 16 out of 200 attempts.
Jeez.
the Knicks capitalized on that.
And then Jalen Brunson at the end of regulation, he probably thought, oh, I had it and blew it. But he didn't. Went to overtime. Knicks came out on top. And then last night, I had left. I had a late softball game.
Oh, really quick, though, you got to mention Michael Bridges because he, of course, on both sides of the floor, ended that game.
No doubt. Now, I'm at the ball field last night, late night game. I hate those 9 o'clock games. You're like tired and you're like, oh, I got to go have a game now. All the guys are watching on their phone. And you're like, oh, you know, this game's out of reach. Look at this. Game 1, OKC, 1 seed, better record than everyone all year round. They're going to win this one. And then slowly but surely, Denver's chipping away, goes on a little bit of a run. And talk about mismanaging the free throw game at the end.
Oh, 13.9 seconds left. And they decided, you know what? We'll play the free throw game, the foul game. And it did not work out in their favor as Holmgren clanked those two. And then, of course, the shot over the top of them by Gordon.
But let's not forget, too.
You blow it!
You blew it! Let's not forget, too, though, both teams, Knicks and the Nuggies, stole one away.
Yeah.
Stole one away. So those are heartbreakers, hard to recover from.
Now, you got to ask yourself the question. Who blew it? Who blew it more? You blew it!
By the way, are you quoting Billy Madison or Robert De Niro in Copland?
See, I go Madison. I know you go De Niro.
De Niro says, I gave you a chance to be a real cop and you blew it! And Stallone is like, yo, like, absolutely. Why you yelling at me? Like, yo, Bobby D, absolutely no.
See, I go Billy Madison when Ernie's on the phone with,
Those are two
Veronica Vaughn.
Yeah.
Like, you blew it!
But people forget the Copland line. It's very similar.
So, I mean, I have my answer, and I'll let you know, and you tell me if you agree or not.
You blew it!
You blew it! I'm going Sandler. Oh, Billy Madison. You blew it!
That's Sandler.
I think Boston could very well recover. I think the Knicks are a great team. I'm rooting for the Knicks. I think everyone is except Dave Portnoy. Like, unless you're a Celtics fan and you're diehard, I think everyone's like, Celtics won last year. They have a dynasty over the years.
I felt the same way Danny G felt. He hit us immediately with the text. You know, we're watching the game, but he hit us with, man, they're showing signs of life where it looks like they really could win. They might have that chance to win. And we haven't said that in a long time about the Knicks.
There's Celtics fans that are still saying, oh, a gentleman's sweep where you give the other team one game. And it very well could happen. The Celtics are your defending champions, but our parents grew up with the Celtics dominating. We grew up in a time of Larry Bird. We saw Kevin Garnett. We've seen this team win throughout different stages. The Knicks, in our lifetime, have never won. The Starks and Ewing days, then you could say
Sprewell era,
the
Mason era.
It just, they can never put it together.
Yeah, and the Carmelo playoff run.
Oh, yeah, that's right. The Carmelo era. Yeah, they had some good squads, and they had some fun players to watch. So they gave you some reason to root because they had fun players and you believed in them, but they never amounted really to much.
So I think that series is going to go 6 or 7 regardless. I could be totally wrong. I love they match up well. I think it's fun to watch. The Knicks are for real, but the Celtics, again, defending champions. I think they may look back and be like, man, that's where the series went wrong. But I think OKC, for as dominant as they were, and I know regular season at this point means nothing, but we got to remember they were roughly 20 games better than anyone else. Like, it wasn't even close. Like, their 1-seed status, I bet you if you look back over the last 10, 20, 30 years of the NBA, the difference between the 1 seed and 2 seed Very rarely is it that steep. Like OKC was, they pretty much clinched the 1 seed like a month ago.
Can we make the point, too, though, we're super pumped about this because there's nothing really like playoff basketball. Like, the regular season is just for the most part. And then when you see how intense it gets in the playoffs, you're like, damn, why don't they play this way throughout the entire season? It's next level excitement. And the analogy goes, if your woman is capable of freaky deaky things in the bedroom, but she reserves it for holidays and your birthday and things like that, special occasions, it makes you think, well, if you're capable of this, why not all the time?
What do you do? You're naked hanging from the chandelier, and man, the stuff you do on vacation, honey.
That's how the NBA playoffs makes you feel. It's like, if the NBA is capable of this, and I understand they have to tiptoe around and not get hurt throughout the regular season.
Oh, is load management your kids getting in the way?
It's just such a major contrast from playoffs to regular season. So, of course, you're pulled in and excited about it. It's the time to tune in, guys. These games are insanely intense.
I've always said that. The NBA playoffs are like hotel sex. So I've said it my whole life. But it really is like amped up to a new level.
That's it, really. NBA playoffs are like hotel sex. You nailed it.
And you wonder, why can't it be like this all the time?
They're like vacation sex.
Jeez. Now I'm thinking dirty thoughts.
But
and how much I love the NBA playoffs.
Because don't tell me you don't think, why can't every day be like that?
Oh. Look at you. Prime to go.
No, I'm just saying that's how you feel. You're sitting there, because don't tell me you're not watching these games. Like, if the games were this exciting all throughout the season, you'd be a hell of a bigger NBA fan. We'd be talking about it every day. And that's how it's been pretty much our whole life.
Well,
because there's nothing like NBA playoffs.
The playoffs, like I said, why is hotel sex like the NBA playoffs? Because there's preparation that goes into it. What happens? You're going to Hawaii for a week. Your wife's at the spa getting a waxing, getting everything.
It means something. I don't know.
You're gearing up for it. I think the teams have geared up for this moment, and here we are.
They're going all out.
They're going all out, holding back nothing.
But it's so evident, man. So evident.
They're doing whatever it takes.
Yeah.
Now, I think OKC, back to them, 20 games better than everyone else. It was a joke how good they were in the regular season. But seems like an easy argument to make. So
but again, a young team. They're playing a team with playoff swag and experience.
Yeah, you took the words out of my mouth. I think it's easy. It's an easy argument to say best team, but young team. So when you lose game one to the team that won the NBA title 2 years ago with your possible,
you know what I call that,
MVP
Rich?
Jokic. Now Jokic, SGA are arguably your two best players.
I call that a Mola Ram. You know why?
Oh, why?
Because the Nuggets took their heart out. Kalima. They took the heart out of this young team yesterday. That's how I feel about it. Could they turn it around? It'd be fun to see. But to me, that's a heart ripper.
It was the mismanagement of the clock, right, Rich, that has the Thunder winning this bad competition.
Yeah, when you blow a game one, and you can think of many series in the past where one team had game one sort of not in the bag, but under control, and then they let it slip away, and that could really change the series. I remember there was one NBA Finals where LeBron and the Cavs had game one, when LeBron was with the Cavs, they had game one under control, and they let it slip away to Golden State. One of the many years they lost to the Warriors in the playoffs and the finals. But game one on the road, picking up a W against OKC, that's got to give Jokic and his, team, and of course, confidence in their coaches.
How about that look with Westbrook hitting Gordon with the open three, and you take that every time, as he said at the end of the game. Like, when you got that open shot, you take it, and he made it, coming in clutch. You got to give props to that. Again, that all comes with the composure and experience of being there before. And the Thunder, again, have their back against the wall saying, Om Nam Shivai, Om Nam Shivai, Om Nam Shivai. And you got Aaron Gordon and Jokic being like, Kalima. So it was heartbreaking, heart ripped out yesterday, but man, we reaped all the benefits because that was fun to watch as, again, a fan with no horse in the race. That's just great basketball.
Yeah. So, hey, your thoughts at 877-99 on Fox. If you had to say, who blew it?
Which goes to show you, with all the criticism, NBA still got it. We spent a lot of the year like, man, what's going on with the NBA? We always do that.
Yeah.
But when it comes playoff time, so exciting.
Yeah.
And I know, Rich, you were making that case, on our Patreon about hockey as well. But, man, some great, great games yesterday.
And again, we'll take your feedback.
So is your question, who blew it more, the Celtics or the Thunder? Man, that's a good one. I'd have to say the Thunder because more on the line and at stake for them to come back when the Celtics have that experience and have that confidence and inner belief of we've been there before and we got this and we're the champs. I think more for them, more props to them. I think the Thunder are in a tougher spot.
It's almost like a mulligan. Like, Celtics have been there, like, we'll start over fresh now.
So I'm going to say my answer, the Thunder blew it more.
And the Thunder haven't been this confident and, projected to be this good.
The Thunder also were in position to win. Like the Knicks had a chance at the end of regulation with a shot to win that Brunson's just didn't go down. Now, granted, the Celtics missed a shot prior, but Knicks could have got the ball back. But it seemed the Thunder were in prime spot and let the Nuggets hang around a little bit more than they should, made some bad decisions in the final seconds, and it comes back to bite them.
For Sirius XM, Covino and I do some music stuff over there. He's on the rock channels, I'm on the pop channels. And not to break the glass, once in a while I record stuff early, for the next day if I'm busy. And I had to go back and change things because when that game, before I left for softball last night, late night, I'm like, 10-point lead, second half.
You took a chance?
I did the old, hey, and congrats last night.
You were counting chickens for fun, bro.
Congrats to the Knicks and congrats to the Thunder, and then I had to go back and be like, let me change that.
Wow.
I think we've all done that in broadcasting.
I think you also have to give props to not only Aaron Gordon and Murray and the usual suspects, Jokic, but Russell Westbrook's energy throughout this run has been really contagious too. I think he's playing with a lot of contagious energy, keeping the team hype, making great decisions. We saw that last night. It just, again, it's just something I'm noticing, playing with a next level intensity.
Yeah.